Lee, Stimmel, inspiration points, recommendations, words of wisdom.
A good idea is hard enough to get done. It's hard enough to get on paper. It's hard to get someone to say, that's a cool idea. But then to get it done is like kind of putting a man on the moon. It really is. I mean, we have 15 ideas in development now that we all like in our team. And to get them done is like literally putting a man on the fucking moon. It's like torture every day. And I love that torture. That torture gets me up every day in the morning. And that's cool. And I think that's where our inspiration is. So all I can say to everyone out there, or to our team out here, is like, push it forward and love the torture. I mean, that's just, all life is torture. By the way, that should be the summary of the panel, is your life torture.
Inspiration though, where do you get it?
Every day, I just get it from walking, anything. I mean, 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, it just hits me from anything. From talking to someone, from meeting someone here, from seeing something on TV, from reading an article, it's anywhere. It could be talking to my kid, anything. I love it. It's anywhere.
I'm piling onto what Lee said, but I think a lot of it is lose the ego, right? So everybody kind of goes, the new thing is ideas come from anywhere, and I think a lot of leadership loves to throw that phrase out, and what they mean is that anybody can state an idea, but that doesn't mean that anyone's going to listen to it, take it, or execute against it, right? And that's because there's a lot of ego involved in that process. But when you start to work with people who are genuinely collaborative and are willing to argue with each other and are willing to get shot down or sometimes win and often lose, that's when stuff really starts to become exciting and interesting. And that is really just being a little bit more vulnerable and letting your guard down. For inspiration, I would say hang out with a kid. I mean, I have an 11-year-old niece, and every time I see her, I either toss her my phone so that I can see where she goes first, how she navigates, what she cares about. I did this with her last weekend, and Facebook is no longer of interest to her. It is all Instagram. So that to me was a fascinating shift. Or I learned about One Direction from her, obviously.
Elliot loved
and I also learned she would die, absolutely die, because that blonde boy, I don't, what's his name, blonde one? Yeah, I don't know, that's the one. But what I also learned from her, in addition to learning about One Direction, was her relationship to the internet. I had her over for a weekend and I was talking to her about music. And she said, oh, let me show you. And I quickly went to go to Google, and she looked at me and said, why would you search there? You just go to YouTube when you need music. And a light bulb went off for me about just sort of the behavior of kids and how they sort of engage all the technology that we have in front of us. And she's my little focus group, her and her friends. But she also gets me excited about the future, too.